I know you to be of Elephant Jake lore.
Oh,
Eric, what's other band you want to talk about?
Sage and Syrup. That's yeah, one of your. I know you got a lot going on, but that's
yeah.
the other kind of one that's got stuff cooking right now, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Shades and Syrup. I play drums in that band as well. The people, I'll shout all the names out. So Chloe Cook sings in that band. Carrick McCullough plays keys. John McIntyre plays bass, and Gavin Cortman plays guitar. And that's a band based out of Boston. And we just released a single called "Know You." I'm sure that's why you're bringing them up. So I appreciate bringing them up. But we're recording an EP right now. COVID has obviously made that kind of hard because we were in the middle of recording it, and then the school shut down, and the schools it was how we were getting to the studios. But yeah, that's a really fun project. That project made me think more about my parts, and because with Elephant Jake, like all of us, it's structured chaos because we all have parts, but we all stray away from those parts purposefully. So I'll play a fill and I'll switch time fields during a live set to kind of almost fuck with everybody else and like keep them on their toes, like Kyle, Sal, and Colin, everybody. But with Sage and Syrup, it's really fun because like we're all on the same page all the time. So if I stray away from a part, everybody kind of looks at me and is like, Andrew, shouldn't have done that. No, but so yeah, that band's really fun. That's a really fun project for me.
I follow you guys on Instagram, and I've seen some of your live sets here and there. And I remember the first time I ever listened to you guys, I was kind of surprised because it was totally like on a different page than Elephant Jake. What's the difference in like songwriting approaching between the two bands? Are you more involved in songwriting in one than the other?
That's a great question. Okay, with Elephant Jake. The songwriting process for Elephant Jake has evolved over the years, but initially it was Sal creates a very, very thought through skeleton, or Colin creates a very thought through skeleton, and then we get in the same room and we basically just branch off of the skeleton, and the outline is always there, so we don't really stray away from it too much. More recently with songwriting, I would say probably every song on the EP we got in a room and we were like, here's some parts, here's a song, what should we do here, what should we do here, should we add a section here? And it was more of a cohesive songwriting process rather than just Sal and Colin sung the songs. So that's how Elephant Jake has been writing more recently. So I would say it's a good 25, 25, 25, 25 split. With Sage and Syrup, the way that it usually happens is I like to think that Gavin, the guitar player, is kind of the force of the band, because he always comes in with a part and a really strong idea of where the song will grow and how it will grow, and we kind of branch off of that. So Elephant Jake, there's always songs written, and then we kind of branch off of it from there together. And Sage and Syrup, there's parts written, and then we branch off of parts and add parts as they come.
And so how did that group form? Or you just met them all at school?
Yeah, so I took an ensemble with Chloe, the singer, and after our ensemble, she hit me up and was like, "Hey, me and my friend Gavin are starting a band." So it was really just like connections and friendships and stuff like that. And they hit me up, asked me to join the band, and I said no because I was too busy. And then like probably like 6 or 8 months passed. And then they hit me up one more time and they were like, "Hey, we actually have a full band now. We need a drummer. Please say yes." So I ended up coming back to it, which I'm very happy I did.
They said, "Please, you gotta."
I know, dude. Come on, manners are important, and I have to respect them.
But and then aside from Sage and Syrup, not to throw them to the side because it's an awesome project, but you're also involved in other, like a handful of other projects, right?
Yeah. So.
Lay them out all on the table, Andrew.
We are just throwing it out. Okay, so the band that I play guitar and sing in is called Canoe Safety Training, and Gavin Cortman, who plays guitar in Sage and Syrup, is actually playing bass in Canoe Safety Training, and then the drummer is Aaron Gunther, who was my first and second semester roommate in college. He's now my best friend, so it's sick. Or
That's great.
And then Ryan Adams plays guitar. And then my other projects are there's this band called Crazy Maggie, and Gavin and John from Sage and Syrup play in Crazy Maggie, along with Paris, Paris Anderson, who sings. I know I'm throwing out so many names right now, guys. You better have chalkboards, and you better be keeping notes.
I was about to say, there's so many similarities. There's really only like 4 different names in all those lists.
Yeah, seriously. It's really band-cest, if we're being honest. And then...
You can just like connect the dots through people.
Yeah. I don't... and then Witchflower is John, and also my friend Jasper, Sab, Jason, Joe, yeah, but so a bunch of different names, but those are my 5 main projects.
Nice.
That's awesome. So when you're juggling those types of projects, and I want to ask this the right way because it's never someone picking priority of one project over another, but how do you balance, like, you know, say Elephant Jake wants to do something and then another one of your projects wants to do something. How do you pick and choose? How do you break it to somebody? Like, how do you approach that whole situation?
Right. Well, so it's really convenient that 4 of the projects are all based in Boston, and then it's also really convenient that all of the members are in every band. So
yeah, exactly.
So that makes things kind of easy because it's like we actually created a big schedule, like a Google Calendar between all of the bands in Boston. Because everybody's interconnected. So that's how we kind of prioritize certain things with rehearsals or gigs or recording sessions. And then when it comes to Elephant Jake, since we're the only ones not in Boston, or at least based out of Boston, we have to kind of plan ahead a little bit more. And since we plan ahead more, I can let everybody else know. So actually, it's kind of crazy that there really hasn't been any layover between all the projects, but that's kind of the way it comes about when it's about gigs or recording sessions or practices. Does that answer your question?
Completely, and I think, I mean, you just basically what you're saying is it's all about solid communication, which you seem to have. That calendar's a really great idea.
Yeah, for sure.
I really ask because when we first started Shark Club, David, our drummer, and I were in another band together, and that other band got super jealous, and they never wanted to cooperate with us, even though we tried to keep that level of communication open and say that we wanted, to work on both things. They just weren't having it. So I was wondering, you have so many projects that you're working on. I wondered how you just kept it afloat.
No, for sure.
I think then
is the reason you guys broke up because they refused to cooperate with Shark Club? I'm assuming you broke up.
We were the mistress.
We did. So this is what
you guys were the mistress. Oh,
yeah, no. That's what.
Shark Club is a group of home wreckers.
Pretty much.
Essentially. So these three kids that I knew in high school, they're like the best of friends. They had a band, and I was in high school and I wanted to be in a band. I knew that they had a band, and I knew them kind of, and I said, "Let me be in the band." And they said, "Okay." Mm-hmm. And when I joined the band, they were not playing shows and they were not recording music, and I kind of was like, "We should be recording music and playing shows," and that's what we started doing. And then I brought David in because we needed a drummer. So that was all happening, and then David and I started another project on the side, and they got jealous, and after a couple months, they kicked David and I out, or they pretty much forced us to say we wanted to leave.
Oh, man.
And so technically they're still together, but now they're back in the groove of not recording music or playing shows.
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just stating some facts.
No. I don't think you are. Yeah, I don't think you are. I appreciate you sharing. I know that's kind of uncomfortable, but
no, I mean, because we always have to talk about when that first band for us gave us so many experiences that helped us with being in Shark Club.
Right.
There was communication that wasn't healthy. There were friendships that weren't healthy. But at the same time, we learned about how to book a gig properly, what kind of places we want to play at, how to go about recording and stuff like that. So we look at it as a positive experience in that regard.
That's awesome. Yeah, that information, that knowledge is priceless.
For sure. Because, I mean, if you're somebody who's lucky enough to, when your first band is, like, the band that you're going to, like, be in for forever, you're going to have to go through those roadblocks, and sometimes it's tough to come out on the other end, everyone being okay.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember who said this to me or where I heard it, but essentially being in a band, and especially being in a touring band and a committed band, you're in a relationship with however many other members there are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're committed, and it's like, if things don't work out, they don't work out. And sometimes bands aren't compatible for that exact reason. It's like, you have to give the same give and take that you would give to your partner.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I think back, like, one of this, like, so like I said, in that original band, the three main guys were, like, the best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
We would have band practice, and then three guys would turn to each other and say, you guys want to hang out after? And then they wouldn't turn to David and I and ask us to hang out after. Which was fine.
Yeah.
But I would then, like, be driving home, and I'd be like, oh, it'd be really cool to be in a band with people who are, like, my best friends.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I can, like, honestly say that with my Shark Boys.
I was gonna say it's beneficial to be friends first and bandmates second.
Sure.
Like, just to have people around you that, like, you can have, like, 5-hour car rides with and not want to kill each other.